Hi guys, I am Ayana here, indie author slash singer-songwriter, and this video is going to be a two-part thing. It's going to be a reading vlog, and I am going to be reading all the arcs that I applied for this year that I have not written reviews for. So let's get on to it. Let's just hurry up and start. So I've been on NetGalley for like this year. I wanted to start reading arcs just to get more reading done this year. And I have not been doing well because I got a lot of library books in the last few months and I've been reading those instead of reading the arcs that I applied for that I actually had to write reviews for. But I am doing that now and I have a list of books I need to read. I got about like a little over 14 books. I think it's like about like 16 or 17 or something like that. And I'm gonna read them all in a week. I'm gonna read as many as I can in 1 week or two. This might be a two-part series thing. But yeah, I have a list of ones that I got by order I want to read them. I might switch them a little bit, but who knows. But let's start with the book that I am currently reading that I have only a few hours left of. I am currently reading Playing Hard. Since it's the arc, it doesn't have the title, but it's Playing Hard by Whitney D. Grayson. I have my laptop over here. Let me tell you what it's about real quick. So let's read the blurb. Let's see. If there's one thing Creed Jacobs can't stand about Moorhead High, it's definitely the Ballers Club, an exclusive clique of boys who dominate the school sport teams. The boys are arrogant, flashy, and just way too overrated for Creed's taste. Don't tell that to DeAndre Parker, the unofficial leader of the group. Laid back, good looking, a prodigy on the court, and the son of a retired NBA champion. DeAndre knows his potential and that almost everyone at Moorhead High will do anything to get close to him, except for Creed Jacobs. Typically, these two would never cross paths or acknowledge each other, but one heated debate with Creed in class sets DeAndre off, igniting a need within him. No one can resist the club. Determined to get Creed under his spell, DeAndre begins to try to change her opinion of him as the two strike a friendship that sparks into something more. And yes, that is the blurb for Playing Hard by Whitney D. Grayson. It is already out, so if that sounds interesting to you guys, you should totally check that out. But I got 4 hours left in the book, 4 hours and 7 minutes, and I'm 35% into it. So I'm going to be trying to read all day and finish this book so I can get on to the next one. But I'm excited. I've been reading it so far. I like the characters. A little bit, DeAndre kind of gets on my nerves a little bit, but if the character doesn't get on your nerves, is it a good story, you know? But I can see all the motivations of the characters and all that. And it's just nice to read a Black romance. I think this is YA. Yes, it's YA. So yeah, it's a YA Black romance. So if you want to check that out, it is available now. I will link all the books I read in this video in my description. At least I'll try to remember to. But I'm gonna get on to reading on my little Kindle. Oh, also, decorations on my Kindle. I got Cat's Eye stickers because I got the Cat's Eye album. So right now it's just Cat's Eye themed with the little mango guy. But we got Mean Girls, Cat's Eye, their symbol, Gabriella. And then I have romance. Wait, I'm a member of the romance book club. And that is what my Kindle looks like right now. But I will see you guys when I read some more, if I have any reactions or thoughts and things like that. And when I finish the book. All right, I'm in this angle because I'm charging my phone. But I'm reading this part. I'm on like chapter 11. But I just thought this was really funny. So I have to give you context. DeAndre has like 2 brothers. His older brother Darnell is telling him about love and stuff because that's what they haven't been taught by their father. Like their father is a single father and their mother left, and he hasn't taught them about love or anything like that. It's just basketball, right? And so DeAndre's like, okay, I'm gonna read it. Hey, so Darnell asks this question: what's your favorite thing to hear from a girl? Darnell prompted, lifting his chin at me. It's yours. I love hearing those 2 words, even if I didn't want it long term. Okay, say you meet a dope ass girl. She's just perfect for you. She makes you happy and vice versa. And she tells you it's yours, Dre. That she's in love with you and she'll do anything to make you happy. That she doesn't care whether you go pro or keep playing ball or not. And her heart is yours. What would you say back to that? And then this is DeAndre. I hated this line of conversation. I hated how thought provoking it was and how it required me to sit and be all in my feelings. Even more, I hated the one worded answer that made me feel weak for realizing its strength. Because there was only one thing to say to such a girl if she existed and told me those words: stay. Right? So we got that context, right? Right? Okay. So we're in Cree's POV. I'm going to have to skip a little far. I was kind of far. Oh, but yeah, we're in Cree's POV, and DeAndre just signed her up to the talent show because she can dance, right? And she was really upset about it, but like he was coming from the right place with the talent show thing because she really did want to do it and all this stuff. So here we go. It's the part where she's just like, so I want to kill the asshole for signing me up without even speaking to me. I know he'd done it from a good place, and that was the only reason I calmed down as I face him. Fine, I'm going to give you my trust on this. It's yours. At those words, DeAndre's eyes darted up from his phone, his pupils tripling in size. He peered at me quizzically. What? My trust, I repeated. It's yours. I trust you with the talent show thing because I know you did it from a good place. DeAndre stared at me longer before shaking his head. You're weird, Cree. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny that he just said those are like the two words he wanted to hear from a woman. And it was like, no, that'll never happen. She doesn't exist and all that. And then Cree said that. That's awkward. That's awkward. I just thought that was really funny and ironic. But anyway, I'm going to go back to reading. Reading more. I'm like almost 2 hours left in the book. I'm reading a lot slower than I thought I would be. I don't know how many books I'm going to finish this week, but we're going to try. I'm kind of a slow reader, or I wouldn't say I'm a slow reader. I just get distracted easily. But I just finished reading the part where Cree did her dance routine. It was beautiful. It almost brought tears to my eyes. Isn't that crazy? Love when a book does that. I really like her friendship with her best friend and like the way all the characters are developed and things. Like it's really believable and like, I don't know, I'm like emotionally attached to these characters at this point, and I really think that is a good show of good character-driven stories and things. But I'm gonna read some more. I'm tired, but it's good. It's getting good. I'm like 50% in the book now. A couple hours left. Ooh, I'm a bit. Oh my god, I look crazy. I'm about almost 2 hours left in the book, and oh my god, I'm about to cry right now. I'm talking about Cree's mom. Her mom had passed away when she was born, and she was a dancer just like Cree, and the reason why the dad's so against her dancing and all that stuff. It's so sad. I'm not going to tell too much because you guys should totally go read it because this book has almost made me cry like 3 times already. So it's good. It's good. But yeah, it's rough. Bro, this book. No, because what is happening right now, bro? What is wrong with DeAndre, bro? I don't even know if I should tell y'all because it's kind of a spoiler, but like, bro, okay, but I have like less than an hour left of this book, so let me lock in, okay? Let me lock in. It's literally like 3 o'clock. Yo, swear, the last hour of this book is actually frustrating to me. I kind of feel like we didn't really need it, but we'll see. I'm gonna finish it. And we're gonna see how I feel about it at the end. But I just feel like it's just kind of dumb that they did this. Not dumb. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just don't like too much drama, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. I finished the book with the most frustrating last hour and a half. I don't want to spoil it. You guys might have to read it for yourself. It might not bother a lot of people, but it kind of bothered me a lot. But it ended up good in the end. I just kind of didn't like it that much. But other than that, the book was really good. And if the book can make me that frustrated, then it's a good book. You know, good writing, I would say, because I'm like, I was that invested with the characters and what happened, like I was in the book or something. But that was Playing Hard by Whitney D. Grayson. I gotta pick the next book. I'm gonna write a review of it. I would say I would rate this book either 3.5 stars or 4 stars. We'll see. I will write the review. I don't think I'll make a video review, but I think that's what I'll rate it. But we're going to move on to the next book that I'm going to read. I have my list on the wall. I just checked off Playing Hard. Now I'm going to decide what I'm going to read next. I think I want to read something more softer, more like strictly romancy, because, I don't know. That was just rough. It was a lot less sweet romance than I thought it was going to be. So, if you don't want to read if you want something a little bit more with more drama in it, then you should probably read Playing Hard. But if you just want a soft, fluffy romance, you probably shouldn't read that. Okay, I've chosen the next book. It is Sapphic. I gotta find it on my thing. Oh, and I think you can actually get the cover on there. Yes! Can I? Yeah! But I will be reading When I Picture You by Sasha Lawrence. It is a Sapphic book. Another arc that I got. I don't think it's out yet. No, it comes out in October. So we're actually gonna read something that hasn't came out yet. But let me read the blurb and tell you guys what it's about, so I can actually find out what it's about, because I haven't read the blurb. I just looked at the cover, saw it was Sapphic, and was like, I'm reading it. But anyway, here we go. Renee Fieldman is desperate for a fresh start. She hoped to rediscover her creative spark by taking some time off from her MFA in documentary film. Instead, she stalled. Barista Ing doesn't chip away at her debt. Her thesis project is non-existent, and if she doesn't re-enroll next semester, she'll be out of the program. Pop star Lola Gray is supposed to be the songwriter of her generation, but she hardly feels like it anymore. It's been a year since her secret relationship imploded, simultaneously breaking Lola's heart, annihilating her plan to come out, and plummeting her into writer's block. But when Lola sees Renee at her sister's wedding, all that stress comes to a grinding halt. Lola's teenage crush on the fearless lesbian next door was so overwhelming, it secretly inspired her debut album. Lola and Renee haven't crossed paths in a decade, but that night sparks fly. Renee is still processing the hottest and the most unexpected one-night stand of her life when Lola surprises her again. Her team is producing a documentary alongside her next album, but the director they hired is a creep. Lola needs Renee to replace him, and filming starts in a week. With her thesis deadline approaching, Renee knows this is her only ticket to graduation. As Lola and Renee reconnect, there is no denying the feelings they have for each other or the renewed creativity it inspires. But neither realizes how hard it would be to tell their love story in an industry that sets a narrative of its own. So it's kind of like a pop star film romance, and it's sapphic. Like I said, the cover is gorgeous, so I'm really excited for that. But I'm so sorry if y'all hear that train. I'm so sorry. But I'm gonna write the review for Playing Hard, and I will vlog me reading this. I don't know if I'm gonna read today, because I thought I was gonna read multiple books in one day, but I don't know. But we'll see. I will see you guys later after I write this review. And if this train would stop honking, that would be nice. But I'll see you guys later. So I've been slacking. It's been like 3 days, and I've only read like 2 chapters of When I Picture You. I think I'm only gonna probably read three or 2 books this vlog. But I will be reading next week also. So yeah. But I am just finishing off chapter 2. They have just met. The main characters are Lola and Renee. They were friends, like childhood friends, neighbors, things like that. Lola is a pop star, and Renee is like a film photographer or something like that, videographer, that just got back from like college trying to find inspiration for her thesis. But they end up reuniting as adults at Lola's sister's wedding. And now they're talking right now. And it's so funny because I don't think Renee knows that Lola's a lesbian. No, because it was a scene where they're talking, and Renee's talking about how she wishes she wore a dress or wore a suit. And Lola was like, oh, you look good in that. And let's see, where is it? Okay, here we go. I didn't expect to see you here. Renee shrugged. We get so few chances to dance the electric slide in this short life, and I intend to take each one. You're in luck. Josh's family are major electric slide people. They do the ties on their heads and everything. If only I worn a suit, Renee says. Lola's lashes dipped as her eyes ran down Renee's body. But I like what you have on. There was something about how Lola said it, her voice dropping a little low, that made Renee's skin prickle. Platonic compliments women gave each other usually came in higher-pitched, friendly tones. If it had been anyone else, anyone queer, Renee would have said this was flirting. But this was Lola. It must have been a failed attempt at sarcasm.
Bombastic side-eye.
I think Renee doesn't know something about Lola. But anyway, I'm going to keep reading. As you can see, my hair is different. So in my video diary that you're going to see after this video, after this video, I combed out my locks and cut my hair. And I'm going to go get a proper haircut because this is rough right here. But I'm going to grow my hair out and I want to wear the curls again. So we're going to do that. But it has nothing to do with the reading. But I will read as much as I can today because I got to go get the haircut so I can read while getting my haircut. And I can read a little bit today during lunch and a little bit tonight. And I will come back to you guys when I get to a point where I can stop because it is Thursday. So I have today and tomorrow to read. So, yeah. But peace. Oh my God, guys, it's been a while. A lot has gone on. I am starting my new job, and I also got this new game that I've been obsessed with, and I haven't been reading. But I'm still reading When I Picture You. It is going good. I'm really liking it a lot. It's very cute. It's like she's a famous pop star, so it's kind of like, oh, it's kind of like secret kind of romance thing. But I'm just reading. I'm like 37% in. I am reading a part where they are trying to film alone, which I don't know how that's gonna work, but we're gonna see. If I have any reactions, I will let you know. But I did just read a scene earlier where they were literally about to kiss and they got interrupted. So sad. But yeah, I literally was reading it last night and I just went like, no, when it got interrupted. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to reading and I will check in with you guys when I'm 50% through the book. Good morning, guys. I'm struggling to get through this book. At least I'm just struggling to sit down and actually read it. It is pretty good though every time I am reading it. But I am officially 50% into the book. I want to try to finish reading this either today or tomorrow. So I'm going to try to read as long as possible today and see where I leave off. But the characters, Renee and Lola, they just got together. Lola's a pop star, if I didn't already mention that. They snuck out to, spend a few days because she's been stressed and she's trying to release an album, but she hasn't written not one song from the album, and it's a lot going on, but I don't want to tell too much because it might spoil it. I don't know, but this book comes out in October, I'm pretty sure. So I gotta get to reading, and I want to read one more book for this vlog, and the vlog is already getting too long. So I'm gonna go and read, and I'll be back when I get to a point where I don't want to read anymore. Oh my god, guys, this is so cute. But you ever get to like halfway through the book or near the end and you get really nervous that something bad's gonna happen? Because it always does in these books, especially when there's 40 chapters. Like, this is a 40 chapter book. I'm nervous. Something bad's gonna happen. Ah! But I'm gonna keep reading. Update. I am 66% in. I'm 5 minutes left on this current chapter. I'm pretty sure it's chapter 26 or 25. Oh my god, my girl Renee is stressing me out. She's so insecure, I would say, about like her own work and her talents and all that, which I can understand. They do explain the motivations behind that and why she is the way she is, for sure. Like, it's really good. But it's just kind of frustrating to read sometimes because it's like, girl, you can do it. Have a little bit more confidence. But it's okay. I'm trying not to be too nervous about this going badly because Lola's putting something off that she should not be putting off. The longer she puts it off, the worse it's gonna get. And I'm nervous and I hate when they do this, when they put things off. But I'm going back to reading. Do you ever get stressed out when the characters aren't communicating? I don't think this is gonna be a miscommunication trope, but I can already see what the problem's gonna be. And I feel like the problem would have been solved a little bit better if they just talked to each other. Maybe they will. Maybe they will. I'm 70% into this book now. I'm getting stressed. My heart is pounding. My heart is pounding. See, when I read, I get very emotionally invested in these books. Like, why do I feel anxiety for some of these scenes? Like, oh my goodness. This is why I take breaks and read lighter novels and things like that. This one's a lot lighter than the first one in this video. And we're gonna hope the next one is pretty okay too. But I'm gonna go back to reading. Okay, guys, I look crazy through this whole thing, but hold on, I gotta pause my video. But I made it to chapter 30, which I'm gonna stop now because I can read the 10 chapters tomorrow. But the characters confess their love to each other. Lola's keeping a big secret. There's a lot going on. I'm stressed, so I'm taking a break today. And I really should get ready for the day. I've just had this bonnet on this whole time. I've been laying in bed. It's like 2 o'clock. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow to talk about my reactions. So I finished reading this book in the wee hours of the night at like 3 in the morning. It was good. It was so good that I couldn't stop reading and go to bed. I had to finish it before I went to sleep. But it was a great time. It stressed me out, but it had a wonderful, wonderful romantic ending, and I loved it. It was so beautiful. It was so adorable. I'm whispering because it's 2 in the morning, or 3 in the morning, I guess. But yeah, I had a great time. I will tell you guys more about my reactions and everything when it is not 3 in the morning. But yeah, I'll see you guys when I wake up, and then we'll talk about the next book that I'm reading. Okay, guys, it is the next day, next morning. I am exhausted because I woke up I'm awake at 9 a.m. Even though I went to bed at like 3 in the morning. Anyway, I finished When I Picture You. I am done. It took me a while, but I'm done. And I loved every second of the ending. It was adorable. It was beautiful. I would totally recommend the book, especially if you like sapphic books. It's pretty good. It was pretty good, and I enjoyed a lot of it. And also just the fact that the characters are from Michigan, that was just enough for me. But anyway, I'm gonna be moving on to reading No Ordinary Love by Maya Ariel. I'm pretty sure is how you say the author's name. They wrote this other book called When I Think of You. I'm pretty sure if you guys heard of that one, I might put it up on the screen, but I'll be reading No Ordinary Love. It's a black romance I'm excited for. The first sentence kind of went crazy. But this one came out in April, so it's already out. So that's what happens when you get an arc and you don't read any of them. But yeah, this one's already out, so I'm excited. I'll tell you guys what I think about it and write my little review and read and have my reactions. But let's talk about what it's about. Okay? A PR partnership between a pop superstar and a pro athlete bad boy turns into so much more in this swoony romance from the acclaimed author of When I Think of You. Ella Simone's pop star life is what dreams are made of. Her 8-year marriage to renowned music producer Elliot Majors has helped garner the hits, awards, and adoring fans to prove it. But when Ella tires of Elliot's many infidelities, she decides to fight for her independence despite the ironclad prenup that threatens her career. To help her case, Ella is under strict orders to stick to the plan. No headlines, no rumors, no rocking the boat. But this strategy has thrown a curveball after award show wardrobe snafu and quick rescue by Miles Westbrook, the MLB's most eligible player, sends the tabloids into a frenzy. Amid tricky divorce proceedings, Ella's magnetic connection with the charismatic pitcher might just be her downfall. Now the pressure is on to turn a scandal into an opportunity and give their teams what they want, a picture-perfect performance that will shore up both Ella and Miles' reputations. But as the lines between reality and PR begin to blur, Ella will either stick to the choreographed life she knows so well or surrender to a love that could set her free. I'm so excited. I really just went from one romance book about a pop star to another one, and this one's I'm so excited about it because it's black romance and I love black romance, if you didn't know. But yeah, I'm excited to read it, but that is what it's about, and I'll be reading. And that is it for now. I will see you guys when I have some reactions, first thoughts, and all that good stuff. Guys, it's been a while, but I'm still reading No Ordinary Love, and it's going good. I'm 50% through the book, so I'm gonna finish this in the next day or two. I want to finish this by Thursday, so you guys can get this video. I didn't know it would take me this long to read 3 books, but we're gonna do it again and again and again. I'm gonna be reading for the next 4 uploads, I'm pretty sure. But I'm excited. I have a lot of plans of what I want to read for the arcs, and I have another book vlog and stuff. But No Ordinary Love is I'm having a fun time reading it. It's a great time. I love all the characters so far, and, I'm just having a great time, and I can't wait to be stressed out at the end of this book because I hate climaxes. But I thought I would check in again since I'm 50% into the book because it's been a while in my time. But yeah. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I'm on chapter 30. I have 4 more chapters until I'm done reading No Ordinary Love. I'm excited. I'm having a great time reading it. I'm a little nervous about what's going to happen in the end, but it's only 4 chapters left. How much damage could happen? But it's just pretty much the main character struggling with her feelings for the romantic lead because she's been through, divorce and all that. But I'm really loving the story. It's really sweet and really romantic, and I'm gonna be so sad to finish it, but I need to get moving with these arcs because this book been out for months. But yeah. Ignore this awkward pose. This is just how I'm gonna pose in for the outro. But I've officially finished No Ordinary Love by Maya Ariel. It was great. It was such a cute thing and it ended so well. Oh my God. This might be my favorite book so far. I know I liked it a lot. I'm definitely gonna 5-star this bad boy. Cause I don't know, all the characters just seem so relatable. It felt like I was with them kind of vibe. And it just kind of felt like I could be friends with all these people. And I don't know, and their love story was just so sweet and romantic. And there was hardly any struggle when it came to it and all that. I mean, the struggle of her going through her divorce is probably the most that it was, but at least when it came to them and their love together, it was very soft and romantic and beautiful. And I just love how the love interest character, Miles, he has a stutter, and I like how it is shown through the whole book. Because sometimes, they like to but be oh, this person has this disability, and then they don't really show it through the whole book and how it affects them. But, when he gets more nervous and stuff like that, it will show up. And then, actually, the fact that his mom also had the same stutter was pretty interesting, pretty cool. But I would give this one a 5-star. Y'all should totally read this. This book is already out. So, like, y'all should totally read this. I'm just late to reading this arc, but, and pretty much it's the uncorrected proof version. So, I'm sure the finished one is much better. I'm definitely gonna get this on my shelf, though. Like, this needs to be on my bookshelf. I need that cover. But, yeah, I loved it. I think I want to read her other book really bad now because I really enjoyed that one and I had a great time reading it. But that is it for the 3 arcs that I am reading for this video. Thank you guys for watching this. I will be doing more reading vlogs for the next like 4 uploads, I'm pretty sure. So I'm trying to crank them all out and read all on time and get them out to you guys. But I'm excited to read more of these arcs. There's more going, but yeah. Well, this was a long video, but thanks for watching, guys. If you like these reading vlogs, please subscribe if you haven't already and like this video if you liked it. Also, comment below if you've read any of these 3 books or if you want to read them or any book recs, because I want to read a lot more this fall and winter because I'm just going to have so much time to do that. So, yeah. Give me some book recs. I would love it. I love Black romance, romance. I'm starting to get back into fantasy, so if you have any fantasy things that aren't too difficult for me to read, please let me know. But yeah, I got a lot of writing and reading things that's going to be on for the next few videos. And thank you for watching this video and getting to all the way to the end if you did. And I will see you guys next week in the next reading vlog.